Hello, second grade. I'm Father Jeff, and I'm coming to you to help you prepare for your first reconciliation. A part of reconciling with God in the sacrament of confession is examining our consciences so that we know the sin that we need to have God forgive. And so I've created this moment for you and your parents to work together to help you to name the sin that you need to have forgiven. You know, when each of you were baptized, you received a baptismal candle like the four I have lit before me now. And when that candle was given to your parents, they were charged by the priest with the following words: "This flame of faith is entrusted to you to be kept burning brightly." Now that each of you second graders are coming of age, this flame of faith is now entrusted directly to each of you to be kept burning brightly. What happens in life, however, with sin, is that we can put out the flame of faith. We can fail to let the faith that Jesus has given to each of us shine so as to show others the path to the Lord. And so in our examination, let's try to name for ourselves now the ways in which perhaps we have extinguished the flame of faith. You know, much of our sin as we grow up happens with those that are closest to us. It's kind of ironic that the people we love the most are often the ones we hurt. So think for a moment about perhaps the times when you disobeyed your parents, the times where you're slow to do what they ask. Think about the times that in this way, by not honoring your father and your mother, you have extinguished your light. The next circle of relationships often involves our siblings, our brothers, our sisters, our cousins. Think of the times when you have not been your best self with a sibling or with a cousin or with a good friend. Think of the times where you have lied to them or hurt them or fought with them. You have been selfish towards them. Think of these times with your brothers or sisters, friends or cousins, where you have extinguished the light. We also have relationship with God. And in that relationship, we're called to be attentive to God in our day-to-day business. So think now of the times where you have not been attentive to God in your life. Perhaps you fail to pray in the day. Many of us say prayers before bed. Maybe you've failed to do that. We are called by our church and by Christ to celebrate Mass on Sunday. For the times perhaps where you haven't done that. Perhaps for the times that you have simply failed to pause and thank God. For the ways that in your relationship with God you have put out the light. Give some thought to that now. And then there's the relationship we have with ourselves. We have relationships with our parents, with our friends and brothers and sisters. We have a relationship with God. We also have a relationship with ourselves. God has entrusted this life to each of us. So for the times that we have not taken good care of ourselves, by spending too much time on the internet, by failing to eat properly or sleep properly, for the times that we have been tempted and fallen for the temptation to cheat on a test, insofar as that keeps our brain from really growing, for all the times that we have let our light go out in the care of ourselves. Give that some thought. As we go through life, as we grow, there are going to be many times when we fail to keep the flame of faith entrusted to us burning bright. The good news is that when that flame goes out, we can come back to Christ and through His forgiveness have it reignited. So what I encourage you and your parents and your families to do is to spend some time together. Name the sin that you second graders need to come and bring to Christ. And then perhaps write it down on a card or something so you'll remember. And when we come together soon to celebrate the sacrament of reconciliation, you'll see how this is a celebration, because the flames that have gone out will be reignited. God bless you now in your examination of conscience.